How's it going, guys? My name is Tyler Mendelson. I'm the writer, producer, director, and editor of The Hun, the World War I short film, which you can find right here on YouTube, right on my channel, Mendel Films. So I wanted to make a director's commentary on this for quite a while. I did one way back when with a couple of people from the cast and crew, but I wanted to do my own to sort of touch on things that I didn't really touch on in that video. And for some reason, I did not have that one uploaded to YouTube. I only had it on Vimeo. So I will upload that one as well. But I wanted to go ahead and have, some commentary on some of the things that, we filmed and talk about some of the scenes. So, I just figured let's jump right into it. So I really wanted this intro to be very eerie and haunting in a way, really showing the dreamlike state of war, especially World War One. How the people are literally transformed into this hellhole, and I wanted the song over there as the main song for the intro because I wanted it to be sort of like the lie of recruitment, how, it's this jolly old feeling of war and, signing up to fight for your country. And then, the explosion happens and then boom, suddenly, we're right into it and we're seeing it from McDonald's perspective.
Close. Within earshot? Got me?
Yes, sir.
Steve Reagan as Lieutenant Brady.
Don't make me call twice.
So the red armband, for those who aren't sure, I was trying to be subtle with it, but some people didn't really pick up on that. The red armband signifies a runner during World War One, a message runner.
No. You knew you were fast, Mac. Could be any of us in a race. He hates me. Always gives me this look.
So of course, the guy who gets picked as someone to do the most dangerous job is going to be questioning why he was chosen, and his friends are trying to make light of it and trying to make him feel better. And we're trying to get the sense of imminent doom here, that the Germans are literally going to cross into their lines any day now. It's just a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb. The point of contention of so many comments on Facebook are these damn cigarettes. You'll see that there's a filter on it, which of course, everyone seems to point out there was not filters during World War One, and I knew that going into it. I originally was going to go with self-rolled cigarettes, but my actors were all non-smokers, and they were kind of uncomfortable with it, and I chose to honor their desires for not smoking. It's just it was a student film. It's not like I'm making a Hollywood picture here and they have to do what I want. So, I figured I would respect that.
Stranded. Wave after wave, the Huns came in, pounding them with everything they had. Just when they think they had them all, bam.
Cody Albrecht here as Matthias.
The savages comes rolling in. The Legion set up for the night, preparing for the next attack, but it didn't come.
So I really wanted this story to essentially translate into what they're going through currently. And for those who didn't pick up on it, this story directly ties into exactly what happens in this film, with McDonald, basically dying after his friends were killed, and it drove him mad. And then he left the trench in a sort of dreamlike state and goes out to meet death himself.
Walked away.
Yeah. Wandered straight towards the trees.
Towards the Huns.
Yeah. Maybe they just didn't care anymore. Figured they'd go meet death formally.
And that's exactly what McDonald does. I wanted to call this film The Hun because, I found it clever that the Huns were the nicknames of the Germans during World War One, but also to tie in that the Romans actually did fight the Huns in basically the same area, thousands of years prior. And
Nothing, sir.
I really wanted to drive home the point that the real enemy for everybody in the war is death, especially World War One. It was just such a deadly, destructive war, with so many mangled, torn up bodies from artillery and machine guns, you name it, and poison gas.
You look outside.
And I wanted to show that
The rest of the guys.
the Hun is this scary name for the enemy,
Just as scared,
but there's nicknames for basically
just as anxious.
every kind of army has nicknames that the enemy creates for them to try to demonize them. And
Care about them.
I just wanted to drive home the point that
Most
the
of them
real
don't,
enemy is death,
even if they do.
especially in World War One, where there was no true
Showing that he cares.
good or evil,
Is the best guy for a
such as World War II was, with the Axis being more so the much more evil side.
I know you hate me. I'm sure the rest of them do too.
Brandon Schneider created the Officer Shack walls
It's just the way it
and
is.
just did an amazing job making it look very, dirty and weathered. And I really love the lighting here because, this is all fake lantern light.
I don't rightly know when
And just the way it, bounces off their faces, just it
feels like
really looks cool to
no matter
me.
what happens, no matter if I make it out of here or not, I'm always going to be in this trench. You know?
And what Lieutenant Brady's saying there really resonates with McDonald because this war and being in this trench is such a nightmare for all these men that it feels like there literally is no escape, even if they do survive.
How come I'm the only one handing out smokes?
Cody with a great improv line there because the line that I had originally was horrible, and I own up to that. And I'm glad he decided to change it. There's a little periscope vision.
Tell Corporal Dice we gotta fix this thing. Lens is damaged.
I'm so relieved this shot worked out. It was very tough to do. We had a mattress down on bottom. The blood squirt had to be perfect, and then matched with this scene, this shot. Sorry. This whole slow-mo thing that happened here, I had it in my mind, but I didn't really have the full effect of it ready to go until basically during the editing. I didn't have it fully planned the way it turned out. And basically we got screwed because we had 20 to 25 reenactors supposed to be on set fighting in this battle, and it was supposed to be a much longer battle. But unfortunately they didn't show up. He was right there. He was the only reenactor who was in it, who came. So we had only our main cast really to work with and a few extras. So I had to reuse people and just try to disguise people so you wouldn't notice they were in two different shots. And I did it as well as I could with what I had. That's my favorite shot of the film right there. The way Chris Ireland got that shot, it looks like straight out of Band of Brothers. It's such a great action shot. The blood coming out of the helmet and just the way he fell was just perfect. And I do love this with the gas. It wasn't pleasant to run through for the 4 or 5 takes that we did it. It really started to hurt the lungs.
We need fire! Down the line! There's German advance. Coordinates.
I wish we got more shots with the artillery piece because Brandon Schneider and his dad created that, and they just did such an amazing job. Wish we could have seen more of it. So here's that loss of hope that McDonald feels because this is literally all of his friends now dead. And I didn't want to show all of their bodies, especially Matthias. There's Ritter right there. So I just showed the cigarette case so you would immediately know it's him. And just the loss of hope that McDonald is feeling for you know, what is the point if all of your friends, your brothers are gone? It's, can't be an easy feeling to go through that during a battle. And I wanted to leave it ambiguous here with whose artillery is this? Was it the wrong coordinates? How did his men die? Where's the Germans? I wanted to leave it very ambiguous. Leave it open to interpretation. And same thing with the ending. So I'm going to explain at least what, in my mind, happens in the end. So right there, as the explosion happened, he died. This all right here is him in the afterlife. Well, sorry, limbo. And the Grim Reaper, Death, is welcoming him to the afterlife. I wanted to not really have any kind of background besides the mist and maybe like a little bit of barbed wire and dirt. Nothing crazy to where you couldn't really see anything. And I was just thanking God that these shots turned out okay with the smoke machine that we had. It was my friend Cody who played the Hun. Also relieved with how he turned out to look, because I mean it still looks badass. These shots are just great to me. So right there is where he enters the afterlife. This song right here is basically done with words that I wrote for a poem for this film. I wanted to write all my own music for the film, but my friend Mike Vandiar did all of the main music except for this song, which you know, probably is one of the highlights of the film, really. Everyone comments on it saying how much they love it. And I have it on my iPhone. I listen to it in the car. Like, it's a great song. But these are the warriors right here. All these cast and crew who helped out on this 3-day production. You know, we only had $21,600 to work with, and it was such a tough, very, very tough production. And all these people did such an amazing job to bring this thing to life and help me out. For a student film, you know, I get comments from people thinking it's like a Hollywood picture, and no, like, we made this film on pennies, essentially. So, I just want to thank the cast and crew for such an amazing job. And then, of course, the giant-ass list of special thanks, which is mostly all people who donated to the Kickstarter, which we raised $23,800. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.